Hey everybody, Cowboy Steve of Building a 1,000-Year Home. Listen, everybody needs one of these on their ATV, and it's a job box. And I have a back end dump box in the back of this ATV. This is a big one, everybody. This is 1,000 Polaris 1,000 950 or something like that. Anyway, 4-seater, has a dump bed. I never have enough room. If let's see, right now I've got tools piled up in it. So when people come and work with me, I don't have enough room to put them in there. The bed fills up with all kinds of different things, right? Tools and boards and lumbers. And when I go to dump it, I got to clean it all out, like save the tools out, then dump it. So, it needs extra room. Now, having said that, I went ahead and had this job box, and I've been driving around for a month on it just to see if it would work, because I didn't weld it to the bumper. I bolted it to the bumper, and I was a little worried about my construction technique. So the rest of this video will go through the construction technique I used. However, I did add one thing, and I added a chain binder to it. In addition, this also gives me a work surface for when I'm out somewhere that I can work on it. Let's take a look in it. Rotate. Nothing fancy here. This is a little job box that I found for $20 at a garage sale. I am working on a shipping container in the back 40, and I need all of these tools. So it all filled up with tools. I'm also working on some cattle fences. So I do have a little bit like a nailer and things like that don't fit in here, obviously. But my original idea was this was just going to be for saws and, fencing. But I immediately filled it up. It has not fallen off. I did this video earlier, about a month ago, and I just wanted to see if this thing would rattle loose on there. The only thing that's a problem is when you turn on your lights, it reflects off the back of this job box and blinds you. So you can't run your lights anymore. I can run my parking lights. I just use a big handheld spotlight that I'm driving with, which I like anyway, because then I can swivel onto the hogs and whatnot. I seldom use this after dark, but if you're going to do this design, you'd want to strap that up a little better. You could weld it to the bumper. I didn't. I might want to take that back off when I sell it. But anyway, and you could cut lights and put lights in the front with a toggle switch in there. I'm not going to do all of that. This is purely functional for me to get it going, but there it is, strapped to the bumper. Bumper staying in place. I've got U-bolts in there, like for muffler clamps, and they pass through, and then that whole thing's resting on a sheet of angle iron that's also bolted to it. When I tighten it up, it pulls it up a little more. This is from driving around in the hog field, right, where there's hog ruts, and I'm just leaving it go. It doesn't hit the tires. Worked out real well for me. The rest of this video will just be how I did that. You can watch and see yourself. But get yourself a $20 job box. You'll find it at a garage sale someday. Bolt it on the front of your ATV, and off you'll go. And you won't regret it. So I've had a project for a while, and it's this ATV. Now this ATV here is a really nice Polaris. It's all jacked up, which in retrospect, it makes the turn radius about like the Titanic. Really, everybody who drives that surprised they can't turn it around. Whole 30-acre field and you still hit a fence. But one thing about it is it doesn't have enough capacity. Now, you'll say, Steve, it's got a tilt bed in the back. It's got a back seat. It's got a front seat. It's got all these glove boxes and patches and doors. Underneath here's a little door for something. I could put ropes and such in there. But here's the deal. I want the dump bed to dump. And when I do logging, it ends up filled with chainsaws and chainsaw oil and all that. Furthermore, I even have to find my chainsaws. So this is serious. These ATVs, even when they're as big as this, it's as big as a car, don't have enough use for ranch work. Furthermore, this isn't a pretty toy, right? I had to get the broom and brush off the mud before I even started the video. It was caked with mud. I use it like a farm implement. So pull things, do things. So here's my idea. So what I found is this diamond plate box at a garage. Now, obviously somebody lost the keys and there's some bric-a-brac in it, and you know, there's a forever lock that somebody left on there. I think $15 was fair. You know full well, you know, the diamond plate, they're expensive, so, you know. But I thrift, so I found this thrifting. I realized that's the perfect capacity for my axes and my saws, and once I put all my chainsaws in there, I ain't ever putting them anywhere else. It'll be right there. So what I need to do is I need to bolt that onto the front of this in such a manner that as I'm driving around with a load in it, it just doesn't rip through that flimsy aluminum frame and cause me trouble. So here's my tools that I'm going to use for this. All right, so, you know, if I just bolt it onto the front, I am worried that as I go up and down these feral hog torn up fields, it'll just rip the box off and I'll run it over, be in really bad shape. So I have this piece of angle iron. In addition to that, I have various clamps for, oh, some of them are for mufflers, some of them are for fences. So I have those to use. And lastly in the box itself is this little bit of plate steel, well, aluminum, that I found for reinforcement. So I'm thinking if I reinforce it with this or this, and then bolt it to the ATV, that maybe it'll stay on there well enough that I could drive it in these pastures with my saws in the front. That'd save the bed for, you know, the brush and things like that. The first thing that I have to do, the first thing is I have to make sure that these wheels will turn if I put a toolbox on the front. So that's step one. What I'm going to do is set you up over yonder. I'm going to drive up with my fork truck with the box on the tip and just kind of dial it in and then move the steering knuckles, see if the tires will clear or not. I've also got to think this thing will be bouncing a little bit. Now, I'm not a race car driver with it, but so I want it out of the way. If it ends up that there's not enough clearance for it, you know, this idea will just become a short and I'll tell people they can't do it or something. Well, I'm losing sunlight so fast, whatever you want to call this, twilight, it's just all winter light. I'm losing winter light. Looky there, so it went right up on the bar, and that feels like no matter what, it's not going to go up that high. I don't even have to do the wheels. I know the wheels will clear that. And just like that, you're back during my lunchtime. So it's still overcast, rain's on the way. I took a moment here to look this up. So just a top plate on top that's molded plastic is $165. When you take a look at doing a box and all of that together, you're looking at $305. And that's just for plastic. So my $20 diamond plate aluminum box, and I got a piece of angle iron here. Let's look at the things I added over the night. Well, I had time to dream about it. So I added this piece of angle iron, and that's to be on the bottom to support the, you know, the container while it bounces around in them fields. I'm still not entirely sure that this is a good idea. I am not going to bolt this onto the machine because I don't want to drill a bunch of holes. All I want to do is punch easy holes through the aluminum. So to do that, what I have is a bunch of U-bolts that are used for, you know, coils on cars and leaf springs on cars. So these should be plenty strong if they hold a differential on. They should hold this box on, assuming it doesn't come apart at the seams. Again, I don't race this thing with a load in there, but I don't know, you know, perhaps it should have a deck out underneath it of metal and grid. I don't know. It is reinforced all the way around on the inside. Anyway, that's my idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this up with the angle iron on it, and hopefully I've got a bunch of these magnets of various sizes, and I'll be able to just make a magnetic cradle for the I-beam, and then put the box on top of that, mark and drill the holes and bolt it all up at once. we'll see. These are a little long, so I might end up putting a spacer in there if it ends up needing a, you know, a 2x4 piece of metal or something. We'll find out. I don't have to be precise, but this is a good add-on for 30 bucks to be able to add on. It'll fit all my chainsaws, all my axes. It's extra long. I think that I have it in a spot where it won't ever hit the front tires. We'll find out. If it does hit the front tires, I'll put a 2x4 underneath it and lift it up. I don't know. I'll figure something out.
Don't you cry, boy. You don't have to worry no more. You got so much on your shoulders and you can't find your way back home. And when you can't breathe and your heart feels like a hammer, it's hard to believe, it's hard to even stand up. Don't you cry, boy. You don't have to worry no more. You got so much on your shoulders and you can't find your way back home. You've been worrying for so long, you won't let your blues away. You've been carrying on your own, so much more that you can't say. Don't you cry, boy. You don't have to worry no more. You got so much on your shoulders and you can't find your way back home. Your blues away. You've been carrying on your own, so much more that you can't say. Don't you cry, boy. You don't have to worry no more. You got so much on your shoulders and you can't find your way back home. Oh, you can't find your way back home. You can't find your way back home.
All right, man, I'll tell you. All right, day three. All right, first day, the storm blew in, knocked my sun out of the sky. I had to quit by 3 o'clock or whatever. Second day, I'm set up, I'm working. I've got a bivouac that I'm setting up in an RV, and the guy to service it showed up late, and so I couldn't do that during my lunch hour. So this is day 3. It's the weekend. Nothing should interrupt me. And a beautiful weekend. Oh my gosh, 76, 78 in December. Can't argue with that. What do we got here? Well, I picked it up off the ground because, of course, the hydraulics had relaxed on the lift. So I picked it up off the ground, got it all set. Let me show you. All right, so y'all see that there's 3 clamps, right? U-bolts going into it. All right, now that I got it drawn up tight, I'm gonna go ahead and with the board, put that in there, drill some holes. And my thought is I'll drill down through here and then I could put you know, pencils and screwdrivers and bits and things like that through the top. So that all feels good to me.
It hums indeed. Dust rolls soft like an endless sea. A broken wheel leans on the gate. Time's a circle, don't it wait? Oh, desert winds They sing, carry me far on a hollow string, round and round where the old roots cling. Oh, desert winds, they sing, they sing. Stars that don't forget. The moon's a coin, it's always set. And the mandolin sighs, oh, it sighs like echoes lost in open sky. Oh, desert winds, they sing, carry me far on a hollow string, round and round where the old roots cling. Oh, desert winds, they sing, they sing. Lone hawk calls, no one hears. Washboard rattles through the years. Pedal steel bends, the notes just fall like sand slipping through it all.
Should have been obvious to me.
It's awkward. I mean, is it lame?
Go sit in the front and turn it on and see if you can figure it out.
The light.
Oh, you figured it out.
Yeah,
It cuts the lights out.
Oh, dang.
So, you know, if I lowered it down, it would be in the way of the wheels.
Get lights up here.
I'm going to leave it on there for a little bit and see how much of the light cast a shadow. When you look from the front, you could see lights. So you're like, oh. But in all honesty, the lights are only going to come way out here. But, you know, I think it's not.
You know what? It shows this much on top. So let's do a test tonight.
We'll do it tonight, and then I'll make the video for tomorrow. But, you know, it would fit on my. Oh my God! You know, and I could put a light bar in the front there, right?
Exactly.
And wire it.
To go around it.
If this is, but I'm tired of having to dump the dump bed, and then I got tools in the dump bed, and then I'm piling brush on the tools in the dump bed.
And then the tools get lost.
Then the tools get lost. So I want tools in a tool box.
I get
and if I put this in the bed, one, it doesn't fit. And if I go and I buy the little plastic doodad that fits here, like for the deer hunters to throw a deer on it, it's $305. And this was $20.
I don't think the lights will be an issue at all. You can
totally
see it.
All right. Well, we'll try the lights tonight.
Yeah. I don't think it'll be an issue.
But, you know, and eventually I'll put the mirrors on right and whatnot. But it clears everything. Now, it does flop around because it's just bolted on. And there's not enough structural integrity in this box.
Do they make one that'll fit this?
Well, no. You know, if it wasn't a burn ban, I'd just have brackets welded in the front that would hold it, right? And they'd be welded to the bumper. But maybe I don't want to weld it until I know. I mean, the light bar on the front might not be a bad idea.
I think you'll be able to see.
Well, I got the temporary box up, as I suspected. early on. The aluminum just doesn't provide enough structural integrity for me just to bolt it on and leave it. We all knew that, right? It's built to ride on those. So I've got a ratchet strap on it now, as well as the angle iron underneath it, the bolt, the 2x6 in there. I'm in the middle of a burn ban, so I can't just weld stuff to the front, nor do I know if this is a good enough idea to weld to the front. But we'll take a real quick look and do a walk around. It's a little crooked. I'm going to drive it around a little bit, let it loosen, and then I'll re-level it. Well, I got a full-size toolbox on the front end of my four-wheeler. Now, people will say, hey, Steve, you got room in the back seat? Well, no, pedestrians drive back there. Steve, you got room in the dump bed? No, I throw brush and things I dump out of the dump bed. So, and I've needed a place to put my saws that are out of the rain. I'm going to like this. I'm thinking if I got a chain binder, I could chain bind it better than the ratchet strap even, and put a chain binder on it. Plenty of room for 2 or 3 saws in there. Plenty of room. Like I said, I'll drill these out, and still working on some of the final fit and finish on it. But, you know, overall, that's pretty good. Let me drive around with it and see how much it bounces around. You think that toolbox is too big? I got to put 3 chainsaws in there, axes in the front.
No, I know.
You know.
It looks weird.
And then the back rack there, I want to put, you know, the gun racks that they used to do. I want to put a rack like that for shovels and such. But I don't know if this flips up and in the way, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what I want to do.
You need a bigger one.
I need a bigger one of these. This already won't turn around in a 30-acre field. I got to start thinking about turning like a mile before your turn. It's ridiculous. No.